everybody. Good afternoon. My name's Zach, and I run the Dirty Sexy Words bookstall, and I do a variety of things, including, there was a book I wrote once called Dice Writing, which was how you could use dice or cards or toss coins to introduce interesting new factors into your storytelling. But you can also use random factors for playing games and having more kinky fun. Has anyone read the book The Dice Man? Most of you look a bit young to have heard of it. I would, to be honest, not bother because it is a late 60s crock of shit. However, the core concept is interesting, I'll give it that. The idea is that you roll a dice to make your life choices, like as simple as what shall I have for breakfast? And you make yourself a little list, 6 items. Shall I have toast? Shall I have eggs? Shall I have a pint of beer? Whatever, you roll the dice and abide by the answer. It got a revival in the mid to late 90s when, in the lab mag era, when all your douche bros were applying the principles of dice writing to their, sometimes to their sex lives with crap results. It's like, no one ever planned to do anything interesting. Just like, how many different ways can I be a douchebag? Anyway, there are more wholesome, healthy, and enjoyable ways to use dice and random factors. The simplest one is a game a friend of mine taught me, which is for fans of CP. He did indeed make a set of special dice to do that with, but you can use ordinary ones. So you can take, for instance, I'll show you how the special ones work because they are big and visible, so you can see them. You can use an ordinary 6-sided die for the third one because you do need 3. So this one has these letters on it for 6 different whacking implements. Leather, could be a leather anything, paddle, cane, torse, hand or slipper. And this one, which has 2 Fs, 2 Us and 2 Bs. F is for fully clothed, U means over the underwear, and B is on the bear. So you give your victim this one to find out what they're going to be hit with, this one to find out how they're going to be hit with it, fully clothed over their underwear or on the bear, and then you roll an ordinary 6-sided die to find out how many times you're going to hit them. Now this does adapt itself quite well to party games with large groups of people in that you can go round the circle, taking turns to either be the one who hits or the one who is hit, depending obviously on preferences of the people within the group. Works either one-to-one or in a group. Quite simple. We might come back and have a round or 2 of this one or the more advanced one later. Now for your more advanced party games, you can have a lot more fun with your numbers and your dice. Now I have found that a 6-sided die for the main party game, which I used to play a lot in the early noughties, which is Truth or Dare with dice. So the size of your group, everybody rolls the die, or dice if you've got 2, and lowest scorer has to do the thing, highest scorer has to assign them the thing that they're going to do. They get an option of saying truth or dare. So again, if you're the high scorer, you're in charge, and they say truth, you ask them an intrusive personal question. Now, for this to be a properly consensual game and not end in tears, tantrums, or any non-consensual punching being thrown, we used to play it with a forfeit option. If you don't want to do the thing or answer the question, you can opt for the forfeit. Now, the forfeit was never anything horrid. It was usually, right, it's your turn to make the tea. or it's your turn to run to the shop for snacks, or put the dog out or something. It was the sort of thing that is not going to breach anyone's defences, is a normal sort of social obligation, and it's a way of getting, you know, it might be you're going to do the washing up at the end of the night. And I think there was one game where somebody was being particularly recalcitrant, and we ended up with a cumulative forfeit, and they did have to do all the washing up and hoovering after the party. You can also do it with playing cards. For some reason, there are, depending on perhaps your social circle, some houses are more likely to have a deck of cards than any dice. So we might have a little round of this in a minute, because I've got 2 sets of playing cards, smutty ones and Jack Daniels ones. And one way to do it in a big group is to have a set of options of things you might ask somebody to do. So, suggestions from the audience, please. What's a question you might, let's start with questions. What's a question you might ask somebody if you want to know something about them? What?
Body count.
Your body count, okay. Another one. Thank you, that's a nice one. Another one. Somebody at the back? Sorry? Top or bottom? Sorry, you have one? Yes. Sorry?
Favorite sexual acts?
Yep. Okay. Now let's have a forfeit option in case anybody doesn't want to answer. What should we make people do that is harmless? We haven't really got any washing up to do. No, that's going into the implausible, and the bar staff might not like it, and the cleaners might not like it if they're unionised, as they should be. Kiss my feet, yeah, all right, kiss my feet. Right, let's come up with a couple of dares. What would you dare someone to do? No nudity in here. Sorry. Yes, sir. Crawl on all fours. So crawl. Actually, we could adapt yours and say remove one item of clothing. Another suggestion you might ask somebody to do? A dance? Yeah, do a dance.
A sex Only dogs.
I'm going to put one in. Roll the spanking dice and abide by the results. Okay, it's enough to give us a little start. So I am going to pass around the cards. Now I want them back because they're not actually mine. So no making off with them, if you please. card, any card. And I haven't done anything weird with the cards because I don't know how to. I'm not a card shark. Yep. Or something on the card. Okay, yeah, if anybody doesn't want to play, you can refuse to take a card. Yep.
It's going to be a good one.
Yeah. Okay, cards over here. Okay. Cards over here.
Yep.
Right, anyone got an ace? You got an ace? Okay. Anyone else got an ace? Right, we have one ace. Right, you are going to be in charge of assigning a truth or a dare to who has lower than a 4? Right, what have you got? Anyone anyone else got a 2? You've got a 3. Right, okay. You, my friend with the ace, are going to assign this lovely person here. Give them the option of a truth or dare. Okay, ask your question. Or do you want to pay a forfeit? Well, actually, hear the question first. There we go. Right, let's have the cards back and have another go. After which I'm going to shuffle the deck of cards, which is going to be embarrassing. They'll probably go all over the floor. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, sorry, more. Thank you. Always envy the people who can do this in a really elegant fashion, but moderately arthritic paws mean no. Right, let's go around the room the other way this time. Pick your cards. Okay. Thank you. Yeah. I'm afraid there aren't going to be any magic tricks because I don't know any. Right, okay, has anyone... You've got the Joker, right. You can have another one. Have we got any aces this time? Right. Okay, we've got a card sharp in the house. Right. I'm going to disqualify you because you won the last round. So has anyone got higher than a 10? You've got a queen. We've got higher than a queen. You've got a king. Got 2 kings. 3 kings. Right, you can all pick another card. Okay, can I have that back? Thank you. And pick another. Thank you. Okay, what have you got? 5, a 10, an 8. Right, you got the 10. Oh, you got an ace, right? Okay, you win this, right? Who's got lower than a 5? Right, anyone got lower than a 4?
Behind you.
Yes? You got 2. Right, okay. Truth or you ask truth. Dare, okay. Assign a dare. You can make your own up or you can pick one off the board.
That's your partner. Is that your partner?
He is a friend.
Can you lick both his cheeks?
Lick both cheeks. Excellent. Thank you, well done. I'll collect the cards up. Thank you. Thank you. Right, fine. Thank you. Any more cards? Now, there are ways you can adapt more with the dice. Good, I've got a hanky. Dice is probably more useful for this game, but the really good way to play this game to avoid the sort of thing that just happened where you got people getting the same cards over and over again is to play it if you've got enough geeks and nerds in your social circle. What you want is like game dice, like D20s and D40s and 2 or 3 of those, and then you will then have arguments about people's maths, but it does, because if you use one 6-sided die for a group of about 10 people, you get a lot of duplicates, and then you can quarrel about that. Now, you can do this in a more intimate setting with your partner or your partners if you are part of a playing group. And you can go into more detail about things you might like to do with each other, which could be certain acts, how many times, trying something new. Obviously, the what implement and how many times to hit you with. But there's another way where you can have fun with this, which is adapting it for role play and fantasies. Now, you can end up with some weird shit, but it can also be good fun. What have I done with the red pen? It's there. So let us try some common roles that a person might like to play in a kinky situation. You can pick perhaps a famous fictional character or an archetype. So let's have some suggestions. We're going to have 6 types of dominant partner or active partner. So, got any suggestions? Boss? A boss? A goddess? A doctor? A teacher? Two, three, four, five. One more. A therapist. That could be interesting. Right, and 6 different potentially submissive characters or roles. A what? A what? A dog. Okay. Students. Another one? Another suggestion? We've got students, so kind of leave that in. A maid. Lovely. Any more? It's really do with finding 2 more things. A slave. A mannequin, okay. Okay, we'll do this a couple of times. Not everyone can play this round because otherwise we will be here all afternoon. Who wants to go? You're not going to have to do anything much. Right, roll your dice, see what you get. You can be the top. Just toss it on the floor. Okay, you're the boss. Somebody else? Okay. And you're a hospital patient. Right. I actually was thinking of this one. I don't know how many people have read Dossie Easton's The Bottoming book. Said you can sometimes come unstuck when you say, let's try role play, and one of you wants to be a Roman centurion and the other one wants to be a piggy. And so if you were the boss and a hospital patient, what might you do?
I'm the boss of the patient in hospital.
You are a boss and this person is a hospital patient, so what scenarios might you come up with? You could perhaps be going to punish the person for going on sick leave. How dare they do that when you're busy? Yes, and now I'm going to punish you. You could do that, or you could come up with other scenarios. Again, I mean, you can build up a story and a scenario for yourself and your partners with sort of repeated dice rolls. As I say, I started doing this initially as a way for writing sexy stories. So we can have a little round of that just to see what you come up with, because we have had some very interesting results in the past, including the infamous one where we ended up with somebody having to write a scenario that involved Idris Elba meeting Tintin and them having a bath together. Sadly, no copies of the story survive. We'll start with our charts. Right. 6 famous people, preferably ones that you might find sexy. I don't want Nigel Farage on the list, please. I don't want nightmares. Tom.
Oh, no,
Well, I'm not sure who he is.
sorry.
Another one? Okay. Someone else? Emma Watson. Sorry? Pierce Brosnan, thank you. One more. That bloke out the mighty bush. Blimey, okay. Okay, I'm going to have to write smaller for the next list. 6 fictional characters.
Harry Potter.
Donald Duck. Voldemort. That's 4. 2 more. Superwoman.
Basil Crush. Basil Crush. Yes.
Okay. Now, this is where, because we've got a lot of people, this corner you can have. See a stray? Ah, well done, it's gone over there. Thank you. Right. Share them 2 rolls each. You, between the 3 of you, 2 rolls each, note down what you've got, 1 from each list. The rest of you, we will do it with the playing cards again. And the way to use playing cards like dice is that your ace is a 1, the jack is a 2, queen is a 3, king is a 4, hearts or diamonds are a 5, spades or clubs are a 6. Because again, otherwise we'll be here all night. Right, who's not got easy access to die? Pick 2 cards per person, 2 for you.
Oh my god.
Okay, you got a die in this.
We've got dice here,
Yeah, you got a die, so 2 cards. Oh, 1 down. Okay, who's got what? Tell me your answers. What did you get?
How do we work it out?
Right. What cards have you got?
8 of hearts and 9 of clubs.
Right, you've got a 5 and a 6.
Okay, so here's Crosby doing Basil Brush.
Okay, what have you got? 4 and 5 of. Right, you've got a 6 on each list. So you've got Noel Fielding and Basil Brush. You've got a queen and a 2. Right, so you've got a 3. And what suit was your 2 in? Right, so you have a 3 and a 5. Sorry, I'm right in the way. Yeah, king is a 3. A king. What suit is it? Hearts, diamonds. Right, you got a 3 and a 5. No, sorry, a 4 and a 5. You got a king and a 5, so you got 4 and a 5. What did you get? That is the 10 of clubs. So that's a 6. Right, you've got a 5 and a 6. Right, so you've got a 4 and a 6. What did you get with your dice? Pierce Brosnan and Cruella de Vil. You could probably do something with that, couldn't you? Beyonce and Donald Duck. That's a challenge. What did you get? Tom Hardy and Voldemort. Oh, God. What did you get?
Noel Fielding and Basil Brush.
Okay, we've had that pairing a couple of times. Somebody must need to write that story.
It was a match made in heaven, so that's Noel Fielding, Donald Duck.
Noel Fielding and Donald Duck. Poor Noel Fielding. Okay.
Oh, it's bigger.
Oh, sorry, should we have taken some cards of them? I thought we were at the same table. Pairs.
Yeah, you could all have a go, but yeah. What did you get?
5 and 3.
Right, so that's a 5 and a 4 again. So you've got Pierce Brosnan and Voldemort again, yeah.
2 queens.
Right, that is a 3 and a 3. So you've got Beyonce and Cruella de Vil, which again has some more interesting possibilities. When you're doing this to build up a story, you would have several dice rolls. One would be for where these people might encounter one another, and one would be for each person's particular kink or things they might do. So when you're using it to write a story, you end up with 4 building blocks and then you just take them and see what you can do with them, and you can end up with all sorts of interesting combinations. I have heard it said that people ended up writing a story that they turn into something that they were willing to share and indeed publish. But the thing is with games like these, they're a good way of just unlocking your brain, just jarring yourself out of feeling stuck and thinking, well, that could be fun. They do not bind you to anything. We don't go in for like binding agreements made by chance, but they are fun. You can liven up your social gatherings and your play sessions. So does anyone have any questions? No. Okay, if I could have my various dice and playing cards back, please. Thank you. I got all my cards. Anyone else got any cards? Which is where have I put them? Okay, thank you all for coming. Go and enjoy the rest of your afternoon. Oh, there's another die there. Thank you, dear.